Wellington for the dream start.
Welcome to another episode. My name is Dean Vassey. You can find me on X at #Kangas, Instagram #Kangaroos podcast. Tonight, I am doing a solo podcast. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any of the girls on tonight. Claire is out for dinner. Jacinta's got an early start with work, and Siobhan is stuck at work as well. So, unfortunately, couldn't get any of the guests on. So, it'll just be me by myself talking about women's football tonight. The men's program has finished last week. I did a review of that with Jesse and did a little bit of a season review of that on Monday, I believe it was. Tuesday, actually. Sorry. I got the days mixed up there. So you can check out that podcast. We go through the latest listings that happened a few days ago. Also talk about how we finished the season against the Crows and what we need to work on for next year. And there'll be a lot more podcasts coming up with the men's program over the next few weeks when we get a little bit more news as well. So I'll probably do my own men's season review as well, go through Defensive Player of the Year. I'll mention that. I'll go through my predictions, how they went. I did the early season prediction. I'll go through that and a couple of other things as well. So I'll probably do that early next week, I'll have to think. But obviously see how that all goes with time, because I'm going to be busy over the next few days. I am doing a Sydney Marathon on Sunday, so I'm not too. I do get back on Monday, but it's a little bit late at night. So yeah, and then straight back into work on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm not too sure when I'll do the season review for the men's, but it definitely will be early next week, and then obviously keep going with the women's, and then I might look to move the women's earlier in the week and the men's later in the week. But we'll see how we go. I'll just play it week by week at the moment. Anyways, let's get into it. So, a very impressive win by the girls last Sunday against Fremantle. Not against Fremantle. Geez, I'm really struggling. Against Port Adelaide, sorry. We play Fremantle this Sunday. So, yeah, great atmosphere. There was a big turnout. It felt like a really big crowd. Had the flag celebration as well, so that was it was great to see the unfurling of flag. Unfortunately, I did just catch the end of it. I did get in a little bit late. It was about 10-1, so yeah, I did miss most of it, and it felt like it did go quite quick. So I'm not too sure what the general perception of the public was. I didn't really ask many about it, so yeah, it was nice to see, and nice that it was acknowledged eventually, even though it should have been done in round one. And we probably should have played Brisbane, the reigning premiers, like they did to us the year before when they beat us for the flag. They got to unfurl the flag. We had to travel there. Of course, the AFL was going to screw us over the fixture. So, yeah, they got to unfurl a flag in front of us, but we buried him in round one last year, if you all remember that, in that undefeated season. But in saying that, so a 72-point win. It's our biggest win in the history of AFLW, which is a bit surprising. I thought we had bigger wins than that. But, yeah, we've generally been around 10, 11 goal mark a lot of the times. So, but still, fantastic performance. I mean, what can you say? Ash Riddell, what a star. 43 touches, 5 tackles, 7 clearances, 735 metres gained, 19 contested possessions, 24 uncontested possessions. But it was almost overshadowed by the captain herself, Jasmine Garner. 31 touches herself, 14 scoring involvements, and just the lazy 6 goals just to chip in with that. Unbelievable performance. It really felt like she was playing against, under 14 boys players. She was just that far above. And, yeah, she works really hard and, runs both ways. Definitely the best AFLW player in the history of the competition. That's might be a little bit biased, but I don't think many people can deny it now. She's taken the next step. I think she's shown more than Erin Phillips has. Erin Phillips came late, obviously. Was already what was he? She was already 30 by the time the AFLW came in. But, I think Jasmine Garner's a whole different footballer. There's not many midfielders can say they kicked 6 goals and had 31 touches. And Ash Riddell, she was amazing. And there was a big cheer when she got to 40 touches, but she equaled the AFLW record with 43. Would have been nice for her and Harry Sheasel to have that record by themselves, a couple of North players. Harry Sheasel obviously got 54 a few weeks ago now against Richmond, but geez, what a class act that guy is too. It was on the Instagram. She did the same thing as Harry Sheasel on the piece of paper with 43 on it, and Harry Sheasel puts a comment, star. So, yeah, it just shows the class of the bloke. I really hope he is captain next year. Just on a side topic, I think he's got the respect of the playing group. I think he sets high standards himself, which will lead to the actions of the players around him. But we'll worry about that another time. We can talk about another time. So, yeah, just a couple of unbelievable performances there. But, it was just there was other really good performances here. So I'm just going to bring up the stats like Mia King, 21 touches, 9 tackles, 6 clearances. Outstanding. Ruby Tripodi, she's really coming into her own as playing as that fourth, fifth midfielder. 19 disposals, 8 tackles. Vicky Wall, first game back after being out of the team in the round one team, 5 tackles, 16 disposals. Taylor Gatt on the wing, just running up and down, 15 possessions. Elise O'Loughlin doing her thing. Eliza Shannon, she's a very, very good footballer. 14 touches herself, just a real general on a half-back line. Unfortunately, when we've got a full team, she probably misses out. That's the nature of the depth. Libby Birch, outstanding leader. Amy Smith, very good player. Eiley Sheeran only played just over 2 quarters, but she shows a lot of class. She's a very, very good player. Talia Randall, the big target up forward. So, yeah, just a lot of like Tess Craven, Kate Sheila. There was a lot of talk about her and her performance. A lot of people, I don't know, some people just want to be negative for the sake of being negative. There's nothing wrong with Kate Sheila. She's not past it or anything like that. She dropped a couple marks, which is uncharacteristic. But, she had a really good first quarter against Geelong last week. There's nothing to worry. She kicked a nice goal. She's still got the afterburners. The only shining light for Port Adelaide was Jebba Houghton, kicked a couple of goals. She's the only player they've really got. Unfortunately, she's starved of opportunities in a really poor team. So, yeah, a complete performance, and I wouldn't expect anything less. And mind you, we've still got players to come back, so it's a little bit scary for the competition. I got no doubt that they would have looked at the fixture as soon as it came out. And teams and certain players would be looking at, oh, no, we're going to play North Melbourne this year. That's a loss. We're already in opponents' heads. We've all done it. If you've ever played sports, whatever you've done, we always think, oh, geez, I don't want to. Yeah, this team, this is going to be a really tough game. We'll probably lose this one. That's how you think. That's how we think. And I've got no doubt that every team that we play this season is thinking that right now. There's got players in there that are saying, oh, geez, I don't want to play North Melbourne. No way. I don't want to go against Joe Garner. I don't want to go against Ash Riddell. They're unsociable footballers as well. They make it really hard. They're good in the contest. They kill you on the outside. Their skills are sublime. I know I'm talking them up, but it's almost another case this season. We could easily go undefeated again this season. It's looking that promising for me. There's a lot of depth in this team, and we take this AFLW program very seriously. And whereas other teams, I think I spoke about this in a group chat with Claire Cosy, that it looks like they really put minimal effort into the AFLW program, because at the end of the day, it's not generating money. It's not generating funds. And there's one big club that's in finals that don't really seem to put too much effort into the AFLW program. So I won't mention the club's name. But if you want to ask me in private, I could probably answer that for you. Now, we had a couple of debutants, and both very impressive. Tessa Boyd, where the hell did we find her from? A 28-year-old. She's been in the AFLW program before, been out for a few years, but a game-high 14 intercept possessions, 16 disposals, 4 tackles. Not a bad debut for the club. Just looks a natural as an AFLW player. We found her out of nowhere. So, really good get, and she's going to be handy with the injuries we do have at the moment. Amy Gavin Mangan with a nice goal in the forward half. I think it was her first kick. She's got some wheels, hasn't she? Just the Irish. Geez, they look awkward when they bounce a football, but just another Irish player that we've found as well. Blahin Bogue loves taking a game on. Got run down a couple of times, but 12 disposals of the goal with 5 scoring votes. Fast becoming a fan favourite. Now, I know she's probably just got to get a bit more better with her awareness, but I love it. She's a fun player to watch, and that's the most important thing with AFL football or anything you follow. You want to follow fun players, and you want to have, really want to enjoy it, whether you're winning or losing. I think having fun watching your team play is the most important thing, and Blahin Bogue definitely takes that to a whole new level. Did a couple of really nice sidesteps that fooled me a couple of times. There's one, I think it might have been the first time she did it, and where I think she got the goal assist eventually to Jazz Garner. I think it was her second goal. I could sort of see from a mile away that she wanted to take the player on the mark. She ran right next to her. It was probably 2 inches away from her, and then tried to dummy her, but got around her. She really likes to take the game on, and I really enjoy watching players like that. So hopefully she keeps that up. Fantastic in that regard. A couple of little injuries probably soured the game a little. Now, I think they're more precaution. Kim Rennie went down with an ankle injury, which wasn't a bad thing. I think it was in the third quarter, and that meant Ariana Hetherington got more game time, which is good for her. I was thinking about this the other day. I really feel for Liz McGrath. I think she was emergency for pretty much every game for 2 or 3 years. Never got that opportunity. Jazz Garner, when I had her on a podcast, this was probably a couple of years ago, she said I think it was a pre-season show, and I had Jazz Garner on, and she said Liz McGrath is tearing it down this pre-season. She's been really good, and never got that opportunity. Had Emma King and Kim Rennie, just waiting for one of them to get injured. Never got injured. Now we've had Emma King go down for the first few weeks of the season, and Ariana Hetherington has got an opportunity, and Liz McGrath, if she started on the list and we didn't get Hetherington, would have got that opportunity, so would have been able to see her. So she's been very unlucky. So I'm just that's what I was thinking anyway. Isla Sheeran, she came out in the third quarter as a precaution, I think, as well. And the scary thing is we will only get stronger and players to come back in. Bella Eddie, Jenna Bruton, Emma Carney to come back in, Emma King to come back in, Sarah Wright possibly to come back in. Not too sure where she's at the moment, but there's a lot of players to come back in. At the end of the day, we've got a lot of depth there. So, just to sum up, just a real complete team performance. And it's only every time you watch this AFLW team, it only gives you more confidence that we are going to go all the way again. And we should, barring any miracle, because I think some teams up at the top, like our biggest threats, Adelaide, Brisbane, and maybe Hawthorn. Geez, but they were shocking against Carlton, so let's be honest. I'm not going to talk them up too much. I think if you want to listen to someone drool all over how good the Hawks are, then probably listen to Kate McCarthy. But, they're 2 big threats. Let's go Adelaide and Brisbane. They haven't been great those first couple of rounds. They've both lost the game. They've both dropped the game. One was against Hawthorn. Brisbane dropped against them. They don't seem as strong. I feel like we've gotten stronger this year as far as our team, and even a little bit younger, possibly. Whereas, probably not younger, but it just feels like we've freshened up the squad a little bit. It's actually been good. Last year, I think we may have only had 1 or 2 injuries at most. And at the moment, we've only got one long-term injury, and that's Nicole Bresnahan, who's done a hamstring. She's out for 4 to 5 weeks. So we've still got her to come back in potentially in the second half of the year, which would just only add more depth. So, it's exciting times. I think we're a stronger team this year. Like I mentioned, there's been a freshness to the squad, getting a couple of debutants in, Tessa Boyd, Mangan. I think it helps. We haven't seen it with the AFL program. Just getting those young guys, giving them the opportunity the last few weeks of the season, just added a bit of freshness to the squad, and just moving things around sometimes just does help, especially coming off a premiership. Sometimes you can think, oh, geez, it's a bit of a grind again to go through this whole season. But other players have really come up and taken their opportunity. It's actually it's been really good to see Eliza Shannon get that opportunity early. She's definitely a best 16, best 21 player. But that's just hard. We're trying to squeeze them all in the same team. It does really make it difficult. So, but it's been really fun to watch, and it was really good to watch on the weekend. So we'll go to the preview. This won't be a long podcast, by the way. So we'll go to a preview of the North Melbourne versus Fremantle game. So we travel again. We travel over to Fremantle in Perth on Sunday afternoon. Not too sure what Freo are like. I haven't seen too much of them the first couple of rounds. They got smashed last weekend at home, and the first round they ended up beating Port Adelaide, wasn't it, by about a couple of goals, I think it was. So I don't think they have too much of a threat. They're like the Kiara Bowers, who's a very good midfielder, but outside of that, they don't really pose too much of a threat. I still think we've got the best midfield by a fair way in the competition. It's not even close. But in saying that, we don't smash teams in the midfield. It's just our class. And, you look at clearances and stoppages and headouts and all those stats. And generally most weeks, it's pretty even, one or two either side give way. But it's just our ability to use a football, transition the ball with pace, capitalise a team on a turnover. Pretty much the opposite of the men's. No, I'm just joking. But that's something the men have really got to work on, and that's what really makes a good team. The ability to punish teams on a turnover. When you've got Jace Garner, you're always a chance to punish a team, and Ash Riddell, as well. And you've got those big key pillars up there: Sheila, Talia Randall, Vicky Wall coming back in. Yeah, it's quite scary. So I'm not too worried about Fremantle. I'm not too worried about anyone, to be honest with you. The biggest threat will be round 5 against Brisbane when we have to travel up there. But I'm pretty confident we can get over the line there. So, I mean, that's probably the only game that's a little bit of a threat over the next month or two. So, it's going to be a really good season. It's going to be a lot of fun watching Blahin Bogue. And seeing other players get an opportunity. We'll go to team changes for this week. So we get a couple of players back, which is really good to see. Now, I'll just get it up on the screen. Emma Carney has come back after, a bit of a calf tightness this first couple of weeks. And Jenna Bruton comes in after a quad soreness last week. No risks, which is a good way to be. And Alice Slocum comes onto the extended interchange bench. So you probably have to think both those, Emma Carney and Jenna Bruton, will come back in. They're actually named on the field. Emma Carney on half-back flank, Jenna Bruton on half-forward flank. After the first week, I thought Jenna Bruton, and I still maintain this, I think Jenna Bruton is going to have a really undervalued year. Just playing a high half forward, adding an extra midfield layer to this group. She's a very classy user of football, coming off that terrible Achilles injury a year and a half ago. I think it's I've said this numerous times with the men's program, that generally Achilles injuries are 18 to 24-month injuries when you really think about it, because they come back after 12 months. Then you start getting soft tissue injuries. I think we had it with Josh Goda, did his hamstring, did his calf, did everything. And I'm not too sure, because they put load, massive load, trying to strengthen that muscle, and it probably makes other muscles a little bit not as strong. And you probably, I'm no medical expert, but that's what I think anyway. So, and I think she had a soft tissue injury last year. She might have missed a few weeks, but I think she's really primed for a big year this year. But in saying that, probably get overshadowed by Jace Garner, who might have got a vote last week. I'm not too sure. The umpires don't seem to like her. Razor Ray doing the game last week, so that's actually good to see. I don't mind seeing these ex-AFL players. Ex-AFL umpires, umpiring AFLW, just to help them out. They still got the quality in them, and from the men's program, and they still should be good umpires. But the holding the ball rule, I'm really struggling with the AFLW in saying that. I think that they're just making it more confusing. So. But it was actually good to see Razor Ray umpiring last week. So on the interchange bench is where I'll go. So because they're the players that could possibly miss out. So you got Erica O'Shea, she'll play, I'd have to think. Ruby Tripodi will play, Amy Smith will play, Vicky Wall will play, Alicia Locken will play. So that means Amy Gavin Mangan and Ariana Hetherington are probably the unlucky ones. So you'd have to think that either Kate Sheila or Talia Randall play that second ruck role with when Kim Rennie needs to chop out, so, which is fine. We've done that before. Kate Sheila has played ruck as a second ruckman for St Kilda, and even Talia Randall was a ruckman in the first year at Brisbane when she was there. So, yeah, I mean, it's just pinch hitting. It's the Jack Darling role. Probably won't be, for much of the game, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Kim Rennie's ankle's okay. She had a really good first week, and I thought she was competing quite well last week, but unfortunately, just rolled her ankle. So yeah, and had to. Yeah, and it was more precaution. So yeah, but other than that, a really strong team. I'm glad Tessa Boyd. You couldn't really drop her after last week. A team high intercept possessions. Classy user of football. Looks from a distance, looks a little bit like Jasmine Ferguson, with the with the blonde hair. And I was watching, and and I thought it was Jazz Ferguson got a possession, and it was actually Tess Boyd. And she took a couple of bounces. I was getting excited because I've never seen Jazz Ferguson bounce a ball. I don't know if she's ever bounced one, but that might be a podcast for another time, because I had her and Bella Eddy on the other week, and I asked Jazz Ferguson, has Bella Eddy ever bounced a football? And she's only done it once, Bella Eddy. So, yeah, I don't think Jazz Ferguson's ever done it. But I even got excited when she got the possession in the forward half. She's actually a really high class quality girl and very, very good defender, Jazz Ferguson, one of my favourites. But yeah, it's a really strong team. So yeah, unfortunately, a couple really good players who'd probably get a game at most other teams miss out this week. So it's just the way, the nature of the business. I'll go for final prediction. I'll go for about a 7-goal win. I think we'll win quite comfortably. It might even be more. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think we get the chocolates, and then go to 3-0. Melbourne are on top of the ladder at the moment, so we're second at the moment, but I don't think that's going to last much longer. I think we'll be on top soon enough. We don't actually play Melbourne this year, so at least we don't have to go to that shithole in Casey Fields. I'm not too sure what their draw's like, but you'd have to think they'd drop a couple of games. But actually, they might be a little bit of a threat. They look like they're bouncing back this year. They've got a few good players. If Taylor Harris can stay fit, which is a big if, she definitely has a threat to that forward line. Elisa Bannon, Kate Hoare, Paxman. So they've still got those key players in that team. But will they beat North Melbourne? I don't think so. I don't think they'll get close. So, yeah, but in saying that, I don't think anyone's going to get close to us this year. So that's it for the AFLW. So it's a lot easier. Like, it's not a lot easier. It's a lot shorter, these podcasts, when I do it by myself. So that's that's the way it goes. If you were looking for extra content, wondering why the podcasts are a lot shorter at the moment. Like I mentioned, this is just an off-topic subject, not to do with AFLW. Thank you to everyone who has donated for my marathon this year. So it's the Australian Cancer Research Foundation, ACRF. Something that I'm really passionate about, and I thought, I'll try and do a marathon this week and try and raise a bit of money, and I probably exceeded my expectations. Thanks to everyone that's donated recently. I think Jules Luca Doncic, who's a real big fan of the podcast, donated the other day. I've had a number of others come in, and sorry if I have missed you. I think David Hunter has been sending me messages, wishing me good luck. And sorry I haven't replied, but work has been a bit hectic. I've just found out I've got to go to Albury Wodonga for a week today. So not next week, the week after. So a lot going on in my life. So sorry if I haven't replied to your messages or anything like that. Social media, I just can't get behind social media. I wouldn't, if something's happened today, someone's been delisted or anything like that, please let me know with the AFL men's program. I haven't been on top of it. I don't think I've been on X today. Maybe I've been on for 5 minutes or sent something to someone. I'm not too sure. But Instagram, I very rarely go on that at the moment. So I just find it really hard to go on social media, unfortunately. I don't know. I find, I'm sorry to go on a tangent at the moment because I'm going all over the place, but I find it hard to just scroll, and because I feel like I'm wasting time. And as you get older, time is valuable. So, anyways, we'll move forward. But thank you to everyone that has donated. Like I said, I have exceeded all expectations as far as donations go for this Sunday. Flying up Saturday, marathon. Hopefully, I'll be done by 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then in the afternoon get some lunch, probably carb load, and get a bit of heat in my body. Have a sauna, spa back at the hotel room, and then find somewhere to watch the AFLW. I think it's on at 3:10. So yeah, that sounds like a good Sunday for me. But yeah, I mean, I think I've got to just over 1,500. Last I checked, I think it was $1,510. So yeah, I would have been happy with $800, $900 to be honest with you. But to get that much, it's very humbling. So thank you to everyone that's shown a lot of support, not just for the marathon this Sunday, but oh, sorry about the cough. But even supporting the podcast, I really appreciate it. Look, any suggestions, it is greatly appreciated. If you feel like I'm a dickhead or anything like that, I'm happy to hear that. I'm very humble and happy to take feedback, criticism, whatever it is. So, and I've certainly, some people have come in and sort of mentioned that the podcast has been quite negative on occasions this year, and it certainly has, and it's been a bit hard because sometimes when you go down that negative loophole, you just keep going down that rabbit hole, and it has been hard, but I feel like I'm trying to give the best value I can as far as the podcast goes. And thank you for all your support from everyone for the podcast this year with the men's program. I will be continuing with the women's, and I'll still try and dish out a couple of podcasts a week, and try and even get some different guests and talk about how they see the team so far this year. So in saying that, oh sorry, I'm going on a bit of a coughing fit at the moment. I'm just talking too much, and when I talk too much, my throat just dries up. Generally, when I'm on here, I just ask the person a question, and they can answer it for themselves, and they do a lot better than I do. Thank you. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff to help the show out. Like I said, I'll be back early next week. I'm not too sure what I'm doing yet, but I'll be back then. Anyways, that's it from me. Bye for now, and go Roos.